Hello. It's another night in shop. It's not going to be a midnight night tonight though. We got the crankshaft handled. It was a mistake on my part why that end play was so bad in that crank. Any of you folks that caught on to what I did wrong there, feel free to comment. Let us all know. We'll see who caught what I did there. It was a mistake on my part. We'll just say that. Tonight we're gonna set some ring gaps, check some ring gaps. We probably won't have to cut anything. If we do, we will. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut some check ring gaps, cut them if necessary, get them on some pistons, put pistons in those there holes. Feeler gauges, really old feeler gauges. These was my dad's. For those of you that don't believe me, can't hardly read them anymore. But kind of want to use them just for nostalgia, so we'll see if we can't figure it out. There's a 12 and a 13. We need a 16. 13. I don't know. Oh, 21. We got up into the big ones. That's an 18. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Well, might have to go get a different set. That's a 14.
Got Jake break. Jake break.
We'll try these ones. 16. There we go. 16 thou.
Oh, there's that Jake break. Jake
Got
break.
Jake break.
Jake break.
That's perfect.
Oh, that's a good Jake break.
Let's just try all these top ones while we're doing it. That one's a 16 thousandths plus one. She'll be fine. I like it. Let's try this one. Hastings, these are just cast iron piston rings. Just the good stuff. No chrome moly. Nothing special. Cast iron, easy to seat. Stock motor, no boost. She'll be just fine. 16 thou on the nose. So, the ones that we've checked, we'll set over there. Check 4 more. We'll be 33.33% of the way there. Gotta tell you folks, I'm kind of looking forward to not doing this for customers every day, because that's what I've done almost all my life. When I was a young man, I built more FE block Fords than I care to remember. I want to do some of my own projects. So, kind of looking forward to phasing the classic car part of Done Right Repair out so we can get busy with Done Right Even Better's projects. And they'll be ours. Just at that point in my life where I want to do something for me. I always built other people's stuff. Time to do some of mine.
Not to mention, we can't find anybody here that knows how to work on these vintage cars.
That's true. That's true. Everybody went and got old like me. They're just smarter than me, and they have retired. And they don't want to keep working. Some days I don't blame them. Things hurt.
If we had a mechanic that could work on the vintage stuff, we'd most definitely keep it going.
Definitely. I would keep the vintage part of Done Right. Done Right Repair is our everyday shop. That's beans and cornbread on the table, and the lights on, and running water, and that sort of thing. Done Right Even Better is my heart's passion. It's what I want to do. I want to build old junk. I think it's cool. Some people think it's old junk. I say old junk just because it's something to call it, old junk. I think it's cool. And that's my heart's passion. That's what I want to do. Right now, I want to find a 20 thousandths feeler gauge. That's what I want to do right now. She's stuck to a 21. 1920. Okay. So let's check this here out. Do we got 20? Oh, we better cut that one just there. And that one. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. I don't think it's going to make any difference. That's a tight 20. I think we can live with that one. I don't know. Probably better cut it just a hair. Got a cool story about this tool right here. I always just used a file to do this. My wife and I was at a yard sale here a couple of years ago, and I think the old boy must have been a machinist, because he had a lot of engine building machinist kind of stuff. He passed away. Of course, kids, they didn't want any of it. The one guy that was there, I'm sure was his son, probably 25, maybe 30. They had this tool sitting out there. Don't know prices on nothing. And I was looking at it. And that guy says, if you can tell me what it is, He can have it for $5. So I told him what it was. Piston ring grinder. And long story short, I bought this for $5. And I'm going to sell a boxer for 10 if she doesn't get her nose back. Get back, Stelly.
They're trying to help Aunt Cal.
And it's an oldie. It's probably oldier than I am. But it works. These rings would probably be just fine the way they are, but me being me, we gotta do it. Yeah, cut in this direction, it says. Okay. You're supposed to fasten this thing down. I'm kind of chasing it right at the moment. Yeah, that worked. Let's try that one. There it is. Chili Willard. And we need to do this one just a hair too. It tries to go, but it's tight. We want them to go just like that. Just like that. And like that. This guy, he tries, but sweet deal. There it is. There's those ones. Let's see what these feel like. I'm tired tonight, guys. It was a long one yesterday, and an early morning this morning. That's okay. It won't be. It ain't the first time I've been tired, and it probably won't be the last. Back in the day, I worked for a fabrication shop, Metalworks. And early on, I worked there after school until closing time, so 3 hours. And then the guy that owned it, he'd let me stay and work on my cars and stuff at night in an empty bay. So there was a lot of nights I watched the sun come up in that shop. We're going to trim that one just a hair. That one is golden. That one's golden. That one we're going to trim just a little bit.
Sophie's going to come help now.
Yeah, Sophia's good help too.
She's trying to steal her inside toys for outside again.
She'll get them. If you don't watch her, she'll have all of her inside toys outside.
I put it in the sink over there so they're...
Oh yeah. I'm digging on that. give this guy a little bit. Looks good, tastes great, less filling.
Another inside toy. Outside.
There we go. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. There's those 4. Not all rings have to go a certain way, but these are directional. It says top right there, so that's got to go towards the top of the piston. I'll recheck them when I put them on. Always try to face them all the right direction. Yep, top. Found it. It's the flat side that's top. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. On the flat side. This is the flat side. That's the side with the taper. Right there's a taper. If you look at that ring, you can see the taper right there. That taper goes down flat side up, and it has to do with the compression hitting this flat side. Oil scraper down there makes all the wizardry work. And the magic happens. Make sure these, I don't think the top one is directional at all. I think it's just a square ring. It is not marked top. So. Top, second, third, and third. Uh-oh. I lost it. I'll lose that one now. Wavy rings. Looks like Pringles. Old school name for those is an oil Marcel. Where the name Marcel came from, I have no idea. It's what my dad called them. It's what my brother called them. I'm sure there's probably a modern day name for them. Marcel it is in my world, or oil ring. You got one of these guys that goes on each side of it. So instead of having 8 of these dudes, we got 16. That'll be fun. These, it matters. It's not that ring gap doesn't matter on these guys, but it does not matter as much. I mean, you don't want a gap that you can drive a Yugo through. These guys here can have a pretty good gap. And I'm just going to eyeball those guys, and they are looking wonderful. I've never, ever, in 50 years of working on motors, starting with lawnmower engines, had to cut one of these oil rings to get enough ring gap. And that's a true story. That's what I started this career with, was working on lawnmower motors when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. Just seemed like the thing to do at the time.
Go get it.
Piqued my interest, give me something to do, kept me out of my folks' hair. One point in my career, I didn't do automotive motors. I done big engines. I built semi-truck motors. For 24 years, I built semi-truck motors. Cat and Cummins only. Specialized in cat because I liked yellow paint. I built a bunch of them. Never had one go down. Built a couple of them that had big horsepower. Well, big for the day. I mean, when they was born with 4 1/4 horse and we was putting down 1,000 to 1,200, I considered that big horsepower. Had one that was born, this was one of my own trucks. She was born as a 400B model Cat. And I passed a guy I knew one day that was running a V8 Cat. We was both about 106,000. He told me he thought I could quit messing with it now and call it a 400. His run too, and it was born at 650. He had her tuned up. It just wasn't tuned up enough. And I tangled with a couple that sent me home without any lunch money. I was hungry when I went home. They took my lunch. That's back when days was fun and your job was fun and you made it fun. And friendly competition never hurt anybody. We done a lot of stuff, like the first one to the top of the hill buys dinner when we was out on the road. There was just honor among us, and if you lost, you lost. You bought your buddy dinner. That's the way it was. Those are good. Wipe some cylinders down, get some motor oil in there. Get some rings on some pistons and put them together.
Are you doing Jake break again? Jake break.
brake. Flavor of the day is going to be pin grade 31. It's not synthetic. It's good old conventional, and it's got a lot of zinc in it, which this motor needs to break in a flat tappet cam. And that's what we're going to put in her. When we get to that point, you'll see me run this motor 2,000 RPM for 20 minutes, and we're going to do 3 times. It'll get 3 heat soaks, and that'll have her broke in. No, that's not used motor oil. That's just the color of it. It's green. It ain't black. Even though it looks probably black to you guys, it's green. The original green oil. I'm not going to bore you folks with 8 pistons going in the holes. I'll pump 1 or 2 in for you, and then I'll skip you the boredom. If you ever watched paint dry, it's probably more exciting than watching piston rings go on and pistons go in holes. So we'll do a couple. We'll wipe these holes down. Get a couple pistons in her. Then we'll do us a little fast forward action. Stella, you don't want none of that. It'll make you poop runny. I gotta go over here where the lights is. For this next part. Get those nuts off there. Get after this thing. Oh, easy now. I always put a little oil in the ring lands before I... There you go. There's a pretty green color. Looks better than it does on an orange rag. It's a bit messy, but makes me feel good to know I got oil in there. on a piston skirt. Let's put some rings on. Soak up the mess a little bit. Get this stuff laid out. So, that guy first, those guys second groove and top groove. So, there is no top or bottom to the Marcells. Just make sure that the ends are bumped together, not overlapped. Offset your gaps. So a gap in that Marcel's right there. We're going to start this one over here on the bottom. And we'll just slip it right on there. This guy will go over there with his gap. This is oil control ring. This is the one that lets a little oil splash through the holes in the back of the piston and come through there and keep the cylinder lubricated. Then we need number 2, and he's got top up. Here's a tool for this. I own one. I'd just rather do it this way. Top ring is non-directional, doesn't matter, she's square. In the groove. Twist her around, make her happy. Face that one over there probably, and maybe that one off in that country. Let's get a squeezer on her. Hang out right there, I'll be right back. I gotta go get a tool. Couldn't find my piston ring compressor. Been a minute. Or 12. But I found it. A little more slicker. Never get too much looby-dooby. It just gets messy. Put some on this. Bottom to the bottom. I'll give her a squeezeroo. That little notch right there in the top of the piston, that always goes forwards to the front of the motor. FE block forwards, number 1 is on the passenger side. Don't know why, it's just the way they set it up. It's how they made it. It works, they're good motors. Let's see if I can find a couple of my little protectors to go on. Don't know if I got any of them left. Yep, I do. Little rubber boots that goes over the bolts so you don't scratch a cylinder or knock a chunk out of the crankshaft. like so. Notches forward. Spin us crank around. I like it. Slickery dickory dock. Got me new piston hammer. This is maiden voyage. Christening this baby. It has built no motors. And it's green. It says Matco. Piston in hole. Go find our little buddies. Boom. Shaka-laka-laka. We'll put number 5 in too, because the crankshaft's in the right position. And we'll get those guys tightened up, snug down. So, should be number 5. Indeed. Take the rag with me this time so nobody can find it. You can speak. Yeah, really, they don't mind. The camera girl don't want to talk tonight. She's camera shy. We'll get her over that. I know where she's coming from. I used to just absolutely despise hearing my voice on a recording. And I heard so many people always say that you got a radio voice, you should be an announcer. Well, I guess it doesn't bother me now. I've listened to enough videos and recordings of me that I guess it don't sound all that bad. Making a mess. What do you say here in town? I don't have enough to fill this motor.
And you're back.
All right, sorry about that. Camera run out of gas. Had to go fuel her up. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, where did I put my little rubber covers? Little boots.
They're over there by the parts on that box.
Oh,
See, I can talk.
what would I do without you? I'd be lost.
I got you.
All right.
Don't let those fall off. Your dog will have them and eat them.
Yeah, she would too. They fit pretty tight. They're kind of spring loaded. A little more oil in there. I know it's messy. It drips on the floor. It gets all over. Lots of oil is good for assembly. And It's easier to clean it up than it is to not have enough. Make sure everything in there's happy.
And your marking goes where?
Little marker pointer thingy goes to the front. In the hole. That's all there is to it, folks. Pretty boring. Just got to do that 6 more times. Tomorrow night, we'll put cam and lifters and timing chain on her, and maybe even bolt some cylinder heads on it. But for tonight, that's all I got. Sure want to thank you for watching. Thanks for following along on this ride. Be sure to like and subscribe. And any comments or suggestions or hate mail that you got, bring it. I got broad shoulders. I'll listen to it. I'll read it. I'll respond to it. But for tonight, that's all we got. Thanks for watching.